Welcome in to episode 8 of our Let's Play Humankind series featuring the Commons Quarter, which I have lovingly titled Commonly Uncommon, because I, in the past, have never built Commons Quarters very often, if at all, and so this time we're testing out what happens on Humankind difficulty, the top difficulty level, if you focus on a strategy that surrounds everything about the Commons Quarter, tries to make it the feature or focal point of your strategy. So far, so good. This is probably understandable. The Commons Quarter's kind of feature is stability and influence, two things that at the very beginning of the game are more difficult to obtain, and particularly on the side of influence, have a lot more value as well. And so we're kind of reaping the benefits of a quick start, I think, in part due to the fact that we've got some Commons Quarters down, possibly because we've enhanced our influence generation to a point where we're kind of able to do quite a few things, which is very valuable early game in Humankind. We are here on turn 49, about to enter turn 50, progressing through the classical era as the Goths, which was a surprise a couple episodes ago, to me even, when I ended up going with them over the Romans, but here we are. If you need to catch up on any of the episodes that led to this one, in the description below, there is a link to episode 1, and you can follow the whole series along to where we are today. With that, let's jump in and see how the classical era continues to unfold. We are, of course, right here, back in our capital city of Assur. Assur is progressing through a couple of infrastructures. We fell behind on infrastructures, and honestly, I feel like this strategy lends itself to district building over kind of other strategies. So infrastructures may possibly take a back seat a little bit, which hurts my soul because I think infrastructures in this game are very, very good, possibly better than districts most of the time, some of the time. I run into population trouble all the time because I focus infrastructures over other things. Commons Quarters want to be surrounded by districts, and so I think districts are going to be a more focal point of this build, which is kind of fun because it means I'll be playing differently than I typically, maybe traditionally would play in one of my typical games of Humankind. So that's exciting. So we are working through a couple of really potent ones. 19 industry is a big boon for us, right, to get stoneworks up and online. And then I think we gotta get these things built. We need our shared projects out. Obviously, Pyramid of the Sun, once you've claimed a wonder, especially if it's a wonder that gives you immediate benefit, like the food and faith that we're going to get from Pyramid of the Sun, I really think that we want to put Pyramid of the Sun in as quickly as we can. So we'll probably go into a Pyramid of the Sun build. We also want to get our embassy online because our embassy is going to provide us with the ability to make additional treaties with people. Those are treaties that everyone else is already making with each other because they already have embassies out and we don't. So I may even swing embassy into Pyramid of the Sun. And then I also think that this extra holy site that we currently have, I think we want to put that holy site here in Nineveh. Nineveh is struggling a little bit with stability. We're at 75%. So the plus 20 stability that you get for throwing a holy site in there, I think would be advantageous to us as we kind of head in that direction. So I think that will be the play. We then are going to need to focus on getting our tumuluses in because at some point, you make your way through the era when you start talking about building 3 things, and then you need all your tumuluses in. By the time you do all of that, you might be ready to move into the next era, which again puts us at kind of a deficit on any of the pieces down here as far as infrastructure are concerned. Like, when are you going to find time to build that? Do you just start saving gold up and purchasing in some of those things? Those are kind of the questions that you need to ask yourself as you're kind of jumping into the game. But I will have plenty of time to kind of jump into that and negotiate through that as we go through the era and figure out kind of what we're doing. But we're going to get these infrastructures in first. We've got stoneworks left here, and we have 2 turns left on flood irrigation here, and so that's going to boost our food pretty big in both of those places. Our third city in Gothiskanzda is just, building standard stuff. Like, we're going through kind of a standard process here, just getting everything in the way we want it as we kind of go through each piece of having a new city up and running. So the farmer's quarter being kind of that opening play after your pottery workshop goes in and stuff like that. So progressing through this city in kind of a slow, but the pace is probably pretty good. We are going to want to get an army out here relatively quickly. because we need to back up this army as we go to attack some of these cities. They're not cities yet, but they should be cities soon, and we want to start ransacking things for those gains. If you recall, you can actually see up here, this is the gains that we had from ransacking a lair. That's just a bear cave, basically. 69 gold and 13 science. That was on a 2-stack army, and some of our bonuses are based on how big our army composition is, and it was on a lair, which doesn't typically get you very much. If we start ransacking cities or districts within cities and different pieces like that, I think we're going to see some really solid ransack gains based on the fact that we were playing Assyrians into Goths. We've talked about that a little bit, so we want to continue that as well. We do have our army fully upgraded, at least as upgraded as it can be now, and we are technically 2 turns away from mounted warfare. So really, in 2 turns, all of our cities are going to be done with their builds. Our research will be done, and we'll be able to start upgrading our scouts into horsemen, and we'll also be able to train our Gothic cavalry, our heavy cav special unit, for this era. So lots of things happening. I don't quite know exactly how we're going to spend influence currently, but I think it's going to involve claiming some land. I think we need to get some claims out, probably this claim into this claim here to connect our territories up, and then we need to start claiming up into here, but most of this is actually kind of being taken by free peoples right now, so we'll get claims in as we go, but we'll have to kind of read and react to what is happening on the rest of the map as we go. Again, this particular city might end up being our 4th city, potentially, just depending on how things go. But I do think we want 4 cities kind of spanning this area if we get to claim all of this, which is the goal. So this might be, we got 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th. I think the math will work out to have kind of appropriate sized cities with that. Although, again, I've kind of come to think smaller cities with fewer territories may be a very potent way to play the game of Humankind. I usually attach like 4 or 5 territories to a city. I'm thinking maybe in the range of 3 to 4 territories is actually maybe more optimal size, because you can fit more cities, which allows you to kind of be doing more different things all simultaneously. Obviously, those attachments just add to the value of a particular city, so you're just moving that value around into a different city. But the benefit is cities can build different things at different times, and so you get more builds out, technically speaking, I think, because I don't think it translates directly over, right? When you have a city, you get a lot of bonuses that the city itself will have, and so then you end, I don't know, I feel like smaller cities might be the way to play this game nowadays, but maybe I'm wrong, and that's probably just a way how you play as well, and it's one of my favorite things about Humankind is that how you play differentiates a lot of like the game, and you can play however you want, and that's one of my favorite parts is there's so many different ways to be good and play well at Humankind. You really do kind of what you want to do, which I think is always fun about the game. Let's do a quick check on some crises and things. We do need to renounce this.
A mere indiscretion.
And I don't think we have any trade or treaties that we currently need to enact, and I think we're about to meet another player, right? We have seen this color, I believe, is Gaiden, and so we have a Canadian Moose plays down here, and then we have Gaiden up here, which again leads me to think New World might be over here, which may already be potentially at play for Burley and Plosif, as they have been in this era a little longer than me and possibly have boats in the water. We have a boat that is actually over here now, and I'm kind of debating whether we actually need another boat. We might want to buy a boat to send in this direction, because I have a unit over here, but the boat would be able to see and explore and move so much more than the unit that we could find whatever's over here more quickly. But I also want to upgrade all of my horses first, so we could technically... Do we have a harbor here? I don't think we do. So that's the problem, is I don't have a harbor in this city, so we'd be starting our boat from way over here. This is the only harbor we have currently. So we could just take this boat and redirect it in this direction. That might actually be the smart play, because this boat, as you recall, is actually stuck. Oh no, sorry, this boat got free as well because it was able to cross here. That's right. So this boat's going to be doing the exploring here, so we can almost take this boat, I think, and send it in the other direction. So I think that'll probably be our play, is redirect our boat. Now that we know kind of how this continent most likely flows, I think we want to get a boat out over here to see what our best path is onto the potential New World as we get going in that direction. Let's hit the end turn button, and we will crank along. Scandra has gained pop. Not particularly surprising. Icarus is now known as a pacifist. So, again, I thought there was a ton of war happening probably on the other continent because everyone was picking the Huns over there. But apparently they're all picking the Huns and then not going to war. That's at least what it seems like currently. Okay, so this guy, I think I'm going to bring back to a degree. So let's just start heading in this direction. This isn't going to obviously, like, we're not going to get anything for going this way. No exploration. Might find some curiosities potentially, but I'd like to see if we can't cut, like, through here. I don't know if we'll have the length to do that, but we could always go this way and then this way. But I'd want to get out into this vicinity to see what's going on in this way. This boat can continue in this direction, I think, is kind of our best bet. Keep an eye out for curiosities. Hope that, yeah, it looks like we'll be able to jump up there. And again, there is Mount Roraima right here, unclaimed currently. And it looks like it might even be an island that's just off of the mainland continent, possibly, which would be kind of fascinating. So we'll keep an eye on that. It might be like a easy, not easy, but like a last kind of claim-ish kind of thing that we could potentially pull off. I want to get these guys across and over here, so let's go ahead and send them in that direction. Although, we needed to upgrade them. Well, we can always put a territory claim in and do that from there. These guys also technically need to be upgraded and healed, but let's do a little poke. We got a little two-turn poke that we can do, or two-tile poke anyway, and we cannot see. That is frustrating because I don't want to risk the lives of these units on the fact that this could be a crossing point. So we're probably just going to pit them back, and we'll do the same thing over here. We'll just keep poking a little bit. We already know, based on length, we cannot cross here. It's too far, because they only have 2 movement right now, so we'd have to wait to upgrade them to cross them. Technically, we could cross down here and probably be able to come all the way up, but we're just kind of... Basically, these units have become, like, kind of little poke explorer. It's just, they're not going to be able to do much. They'll probably end up getting some claims in and things like that as we kind of go in that direction. I'm going to bring this guy out, I think, just to see... Ooh, that's tempting. It is really tempting. Because I could go here and then back again on the next turn. We're going to do a little poke out here with these guys. The way that this... I don't know. Probably got to just send these guys back in. But we're trying... Again, if I had a boat here, we could actually check it out. So again, I think that getting a boat is going to be important. These guys need to wait for one more turn to upgrade. That's why we're also saving all of our gold. And the city is in. Both cities simultaneously come in. And so that's excellent for us because now we have the ability to go and wage our war. We are not going to start the war until after we upgrade our scouts to horsemen. But we can kind of prep our units for some possible maneuvers here. I'm going to bring these guys over here. I think there was units down here for this Free Peoples. Might even jump into their territory just to see what they've got. Now remember, they do have swordsmen and spearmen, but it's a smaller army. If we can upgrade these guys to horsemen and kind of run a double attack, maybe, where we can involve both of these armies, they have another army, so we have to see what the composition of that one is. But they don't have any archers right now, which if we're attacking and we get archer shots off first and get our cavalry in charging before they have chances to get their attacks in, we could have some pretty successful attacks here, rid them of their armies, and then kind of slowly whittle away their city into effective nothingness as we would just be ransacking, right, to get those bonuses. So, okay, so I think we are good there, unless any of our treaties came available. 3 turns on Burley's treaties, 2 turns there.
Yes,
and we can further our relationship with Plosith, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Let's go with it.
We would all benefit.
Let's
from
continue to
growing
push
Don't
our relationship in a positive direction on that side of things. Okay, let's check trade really quick, just because if there's any good resources we may want to take advantage of that. Doesn't look like we gained access to anything, so on this next turn we'll have a bunch of stuff to do. Let's press that end turn button, and we'll see how things progress. Mounted Warfare completed. All of our cities also completed things. We have a bunch of units out in the water. Reverential. Lots of people are feeling reverential. I'm hoping that's a good thing. My assumption is that it is. Oh, we can upgrade the Raiders into Gothic Cavalry, I'm assuming. No, they upgrade into Horsemen. Is that even worthwhile, though? Gothic Cavalry have a 21 attack. Horsemen have a 26. But we would lose our 10% bonus on money when ransacking. I mean, maybe that's fine. We also need to gain access to more horses, so we probably want to trade for more horses. I'm wondering if we want to leave an Assyrian Raider in just for that 10% bonus, but 10% is not very much. You're talking about a drop in, it's 5 attack strength to get 10% money on ransack. I'm not sure if that's worth it or not. What's our current cost here? Current cost as it stands without the horses, we're increased cost by 12% because we don't have 8 horses, we have 7. Oh, so we're only 1 horse off, but we can purchase that from Burley right now pretty easily.
Relax.
We're already trading for one of his horses, so we could just add, we'll just add a horse, basically, right? We don't only need 1. So there's our 8 horses, so we should now be able to freely upgrade these guys. Cost went down to 180, so definitely worth it, that reduction, the 12% reduction in cost. We definitely want to get all of these guys upgraded. Obviously, going from a 13 attack to a 26 attack is a huge upgrade, and that's why we try to keep scouts alive as much as possible. Typically, your scouts, especially if they've been around since the beginning, they fought quite a few animals at the beginning in the Neolithic era. They probably have some veterancy. They're probably very good units. Because of the veterancy, and so all of a sudden you end up with 27 attack, right? Because we have the veterancy on these units, and this guy has some veterancy as well. So again, it's gonna go well for us to upgrade all of our folks here. So pretty decent units now. It's a huge power jump to go from scouts into horsemen, and so now we actually have 2 very legitimate armies that are flanking this particular city, and we'll get to utilize them to do some of our raiding and pillaging as we would if we were the Assyrians and Goths, which are the 2 cultures that we have so far played. These guys can also be upgraded.
Another empire built Stonehenge. Druids from across the globe can make a pilgrimage.
So that means that we know that Plosif is the one who claimed Stonehenge, and so now a massive faith generation building has been built. There it is as well, Stonehenge. Lovely, added into, look at the city. It's very beautiful. The Aduba over here, flanked by, great obelisks that is the Axumites building, right? Very cool. And he's got them flanked on, in between territory lines. That's really nice. I'm really impressed with the AI city building here. Look at the surround of the embassy. Beautiful. Holy site off to the side. I mean, this city build is just really impressive. I'm thoroughly enthralled by the city build, right? Here's your main plaza, and then you've got is that another Aduba? It is. We've got Aduba side by side, followed by Great Obelisk side by side, and then other districts all around the embassy. I mean, it just looks gorgeous. I would visit this city. I would probably encourage my folks to all go visit this city. You know, it's gonna have tourism like crazy. Okay. We have our 2 cities in here that we can attack. These guys basically were just looking for curiosities. I think we need to send them back into our land. Right here would be a great place to upgrade them. So I think we'll swing them around. We have to avoid running into the aggressive free peoples that are over here, if at all possible. And then we'll swing them around into this territory, and we'll upgrade them as well. Now, we do have money left over, so we could try to buy another boat, possibly. But we kind of have this guy going out to go and try to do the things. I think I'm going to send him around this way, just so we can see what we see. Also not sure I want to put this claim in yet. These guys might be just in no man's land for a little bit, as far as the boats are concerned. This guy can poke here, and we should be able to make it there in 2 turns, so perfect. So we'll do that maneuver, and we'll continue exploring. We haven't seen a lot of naval curiosities yet, which I am surprised about. These guys are going to be going here, then we'll go here, and we'll poke out again, just to see. Once this boat gets up here, we should be able to... Yeah, it does not look like there's going to be a cross point here. Unless there's an island in here somewhere, it looks like this continent kind of peters off in this direction, which means these guys are probably just going to end up going back and just doing their thing, right? This guy also didn't quite see what he needed to see, so he's got to jump back into shallow water as well. We have a boat heading out to help him. These guys are ready to basically engage. Warfare is basically ready. We could jump in and see... Okay, so here's what we're dealing with. We have 3 chariots at 22 attack, and then their other army. I mean, I feel like that's a winnable fight, particularly because, well, we don't have anything to counter the chariots. We don't have anything to counter the chariots necessarily, and they do have 1 spearman, so we want to make sure we engage the spearmen not with our horses. But even these chariots only have a 22 attack as compared to our horsemen's 27, 26 attack, so we outstrength them by quite a bit. And if we upgraded this raider, we'd also technically he'd even be better. I feel like we could take this fight even just how we are currently. It'd be nice to get a Gothic cavalry in here, because the Gothic cavalry would be very potent. I don't want to train a Gothic cavalry out of here, although we could just buy one probably right now. We need iron. 29 attack on the Gothic cavalry because they're heavy hitter. They get bonus combat strength when fighting on enemy districts as well, which they wouldn't technically be, I guess, because we wouldn't be fighting in a city yet. But they're pretty potent. We need to get our iron in. That's what we need to do actually on this turn really quick. We do have iron in one of our spots. Let's do a quick check. Let's check our cities too, because I don't remember. Yeah, no iron there. No iron in Ashur currently. But we do have a territory that has iron. There it is. So let's get that in. Let's get our iron in. That gets us 4 of what we need. Sorry, 3. Gets us 3 of what we need. That was copper. There's a builder star. Oh, it's nice. And we could trade for iron as well if we so wanted to. You know what? I think I'm going to get this copper in just so I don't forget. I feel like I'd forget to put that copper in eventually. So I think we have all of our territories. Yeah, all of our territories have everything bought in now, which is good. That's what we wanted. And what is this? Wow. This one. Burley, what is your deal, bud? A very bold claim by a random scout rider from Burley's Empire. Putting in... Alright, well, that's not gonna fly. Do I have any units that can get there? I don't think I do. Okay, so that changes my plans a little bit. I think we purchase a Gothic cavalry out of Nineveh, and we're just going to go burn this down. Even if we just have a single Gothic cavalry, that's going to do what we needed to do. So I'm going to spend the gold on a Gothic cavalry. Oh, okay, hold on. We need 1 more iron. We're not trading iron with anybody, right? Would Burley give us iron? I don't know if anyone has access to iron.
Have a seat. Have a glass.
Yeah, we can't actually trade for iron currently. Okay, so we have to just pay the cost. Unless, yeah, this boat, we didn't actually, you know what we should have done with this boat? We needed to take it down here to get a relationship with Gaiden to see if he had anything good for us. We'll get our first Gothic cavalry out, and we will, this is, if this was Plosif, I'd be like, well, we don't have to have this territory. It's a nice one. I don't care if Plosif has these ones, to be honest. This one is kind of one of those, like, that one probably is a connector for my empire. It would look aesthetically pleasing to have. Doesn't have any resources in it or anything, but I don't love what I'm seeing here. Burley aggressing me in settlement again. We've already had to take aggressive action against him. Now, this time we're going to have to burn down rather than annex, and that may cause tensions to rise. And if it does... Burley does have some substantial armies floating around that could potentially threaten our capital city, so we'll have to be very aware of what's going on there. So I think what we want to do is put our embassy in, right? So I think we want our embassy in our capital city, and the embassy benefits from having adjacent districts, very much like a commons quarter. So I think we may want our embassy somewhere like here. Would probably be a nice spot for our embassy. We could also put it like up in here somewhere. It is free place. It is free place. So, like, we want districts around this, right? And I don't think the embassy counts as a district. Having our embassy tucked in down here somewhere would be relatively beneficial right off the get-go. You could put it right here as well. That actually might be a nice spot for it. Although that could also be a really good tumulus spot. We should think about that as well. This as a tumulus spot is already very beneficial. Now, we could put a tumulus, like, up in here. Would be, well, right here actually would be better for a tumulus right there. We'd have to build out to it, but we certainly could do that. And then here or here, honestly, both of those are perfectly good spots for what we're trying to do. The other question is, where are we putting the pyramid of the sun? And the pyramid of the sun, does it have to be built adjacent to... One neighboring district must be a main plaza. Very interesting. Okay, so it has to be built adjacent to a main plaza. So we have options, but not a ton of options for it. So it kind of... Where's our farmer's quarter? Yeah, our farmer's quarter is right here, right? Which is why it's having us build it here, so that we have the adjacency of the farmer's quarter that we have here. Now, we want farmer's quarters around it as much as possible. We certainly could put another farmer's quarter here, and we could put one here, even though it's not the best quarter, but we could put a farmer's quarter there just for the fun of it. So Pyramid of the Sun might just go... It might go right here, just for starters. The other option would be putting it in one of our other cities, right? Which, that actually is not... This is not bad right here, because that's, like, very much farm territory. So that's an option. That is an option. It would give Nineveh a ton of food. It would also give Nineveh a ton of faith output, though. And I think I want my faith output based in the capital. Like, I really think that that's where we want our faith. This makes more sense to surround it with farmers' quarters. If we put it here, we would get that farmer's quarter surround. It would end up being worth a lot of food, be very potent. And we could also put it up here, but again, it's not awesome necessarily. I think I want it in my capital, even though it's not, doesn't seem like the capital's like the best place for it. So I think this actually is the spot for it. So all of that to say, I think that the embassy can easily come in, like, right here, probably. I think that's a perfectly fine spot for it. And we put the tumulus here, and then we build districts out around it. This was going to get benefited from districts adjacent already, and then we can bring more farm districts out over here as well. So I think that will work pretty nicely for us. So we're gonna go, I think the play is going to be embassy here, tumulus here, and then Pyramid of the Sun right here, benefiting from a bunch of adjacencies already. I think that's probably the methodology here. So, all right, let's place the embassy. I think I just want to get this built and get it underway, essentially. So we can put all of our cities on it. I think that's what we're going to do, is basically throw all of our cities into embassy and then pyramid. And then maybe even this this obelisk, because that holy site getting that in would be quick and easy, right? So let's just do that. That took a lot of thinking, but I think we got where we wanted to go. So let's get our embassy done. If we throw all of our cities on it, it's probably going to be to our advantage, obviously, to do that. Now, this city, yeah, this city's fine. This city's cruising along. I don't think we need to build any infrastructures here. Some decent stuff here we could probably build. I also want to think about getting envoys out. All of this, so many things to think about early game. Let's just get the embassy built. We'll put all of our production behind it. It's going to take 3 turns to build that. I think it's going to take like 10 turns maybe to build pyramid when we get all of our cities on it. Like, it could be more than that. That's, again, a big investment to do those, but I think we want to get those in for the benefits. We can figure next science. We are cruising in science. 258 science per turn. I feel like that's incredibly high. We've got access to mounted warfare already. We could increase our unit on army slot. That would be potentially nice. But I think what we want to do... hydrology is huge, and we could have some really big infrastructures if we do that. But I think we want to go philosophy next to get our city cap back. That way we're not losing that, whatever, 10 influence per turn for being over city cap. So let's go there. We also would get access to our research quarters, and that gives us access to other infrastructures, although we don't really need access to more infrastructures, but I think we go that way for now. The other big ones to look for, right, are we get quads, and then we can also get discounts in trade, which would be kind of big to have. And we want to start thinking about the fact that feudalism is over here, and that colony model, if we're putting in any more cities, do we wait until we have that? Perhaps. Perhaps we do at this point. We've got the 3rd city, kind of rocking and rolling in that way. Let's check our crises and treaties. We have enough war support that I'm not super terrified of Burley necessarily as a result of that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Silver, we could buy more of this. We have not yet met our friend to the north of the other continent, so I think we're ready to rock.
Debate and discussion are not the pastimes of the idle, but the actions of thinkers and movers who will touch every aspect of civilization.
Yes, indeed. There is a science star. We have armies. Uh-oh, a thief. Gaiden is thieving from people now. Interesting maneuvers. All right, let's keep out this way. Okay, so we have... Ooh. Okay, so we have a cross point here now. Oh, that's fascinating. If this is the New World, we have an okay shot over here. In fact, we could get this unit, could just go there right away. I'm going to say this is probably an island and not actually the New World, but if this is the New World, and if it spans away from this, although there's a lot of... we'll have to find out. This could be New World, though. It's either an island or New World close to this. That would be to our advantage to a great degree if that happens to be the case. And because that might be the case, I think I'm going to take at least one of these units. We're going to separate this army out. I'm going to take one of these units over here. I'm going to put this guy on this land. We're not going to make this claim yet, but just in case we need to, we'll have him there. And, you know, we actually need to start making claims in here because as we have once again proved, if you delay your claims and do other things with your influence, the AI will come and try to take your claims. So that's kind of a bummer. I really need to go meet Gaiden. I think it would be really beneficial to get that meet, but I'm not sure how far in we'd have to go to make that. I'm going to go back, though. That feels counterintuitive to what we're trying to accomplish, but I'm going to attempt to go get that meat so that we could probably get some trade running there, right? These guys are going to do this. We'll pop back out again. They're not going to see anything, but we'll at least we'll make an attempt to see what we can see. All right, this Gothic cavalry can make it up there. Perfect. He's got huge range, and he'll make it up there before that goes down. If Burley decides to try to defend that, I don't think he has any armies in this general area. We also have grievances now popping up. I think we should get another... We might want to spend some of our money here on an envoy. I may purchase an envoy as well out of the city. We're at 11 of 13 because they're growing really consistently. These guys can train our actual army because we're going to need another one. I think I might want to grab an envoy really quick out of here. We'll get 2 envoys out and about. So let's buy out an envoy. And we'll get this envoy out doing the things we need to do. Once that envoy's maybe collected some stuff here, then we'll send him into this land, and the envoy will just auto-explore with it once it gets there. And that will get us a lot of exploration done on the other land. Plus, we'll be hopefully collecting leverage against some of those empires as well, which is definitely something we want to start stocking up on in case there are wars that get declared or fought. There is our curiosity, conveniently, that we are now far away from. Do we want to poke out right here? I mean, I feel like we do. I feel like at this point we're just kind of seeing what we can see each time. And they're just going to go straight back on the next turn. So we're just kind of... Looks like there's a large water gap so far everywhere in this direction. We run this attack right here. We have a huge advantage, but they're going to reinforce into that fight, right? No one really has high ground advantage there. There's a lot of river, but we could choose to fight off river if we made this attack. The other option is to attack from up here, but I just don't think that's going to be useful at all. I think we run this. I think we run this now. I think we just take this fight. Have they put in their iron yet? Technically, what we really want is for them to build a few districts that we can ransack, or like put this in so we can ransack it. Well, we want to start fighting. We want to start ransacking, right? So we might as well do this. The other option is we just attack the city, because then we get our combat bonus, right? Because we have +5 combat strength when ransacking. Oh, but I don't think that counts as ransacking if you're just attacking a city. I don't think that counts, right? So I think if we're doing it, we run it this way. They're going to reinforce into that with their other army. But I feel like that's not a bad play for us necessarily. I wonder, how do our units... Will our units enter that fight?
To battle!
We'll find out, I guess. We should... Yeah, we have our reinforcing army. And the doesn't look like they're going to reinforce in right away. Obviously don't want to instant resolve that because we are taking substantial casualties there. So I think we fight this, I guess. Well, let's take this fight. So they have oh, that's an oh, wonderful. There's an aggressive Free Peoples here, but they can't fight. This is the aggressive Free Peoples probably from up here, right? Oh no, the aggressive Free Peoples also are attacking our armies up here. Ah, you aggressive Free Peoples. So frustrating. Okay, so I think I like the idea of maybe horses around the backside. Actually, we kind of need to stack this, don't we? I think we need to stack this because our archers need to be defended. Now, they could run their chariots around this way and get to our archers as well. Or they could come down here, technically, right? They could go down river and up and try to fight our archers. But I feel like that would put them into a disadvantage. We should be able to shoot them first. I think we'll be fine making our opening attacks here from this position. So they're going to back off into kind of nice land, which is not particularly surprising. Where these guys shoot? Yeah, okay. No, we can't shoot that. If we move here, we can. So I think that's the play. Try to take out one of their units to start with. We almost want them to move and attack our archers because it would put them down in this valley right here, right? And we don't want to fight off water if we can help it. But we can actually run these horses should be able to well, let's run up here and take high ground for a moment. We can't attack that. This horse can't do anything. They have to leave the walls if they want to do anything. I think let's get our horses up into the fight. But from advantageous locations. We'll like flank them here. And if we're not on water, that's actually an advantage for us, right? So we'll get them grouped up here. Like fully flanking anyone that comes this way. And then these guys can attack down into these guys. If they sit there, then we can do that. If these guys come and try to attack our archers, they have to attack from here, which would be, they'd be going uphill, but river to river. They still have a huge advantage on our archers, but I don't think the archers would die. I think we'd be fine there. And then technically we'd like to activate this horseman in some way, shape, or form. But I don't want to put them on river. I'm just going to end round and see what happens. We have archers, so, I mean, they have to... They're the ones who have to aggress towards us because we could just take them. Okay, they made some interesting plays there. I would not expecting them to attack these swordsmen here. Now we just lay into them with our archers. And then these horses will come... Oh, because we didn't put them on river, though, so we can't actually do much with them. We can attack them from river. We might as well just do this, right? That feels fine. But we don't want, well, you know what?
Don't fall behind.
Technically speaking, we need to get this guy away from... because we don't want these guys to be able to attack out from here, because we can't attack them. So we almost want to, like, back off and make them leave. Right? And we want them to get out of there. I'm just gonna end round. Okay, this time they made the move here, which is the move I thought they were gonna make the whole time, right? Now these guys can come and make this attack. That's an easy kill. But we'll do archers first. There's 2 aggressive Free Peoples right here? I don't love that. Where are those aggressive Free Peoples coming from? Oh, now I can't get this attack done. Oh well. Okay, we got him. Nice. Okay. That was mostly well handled. I dealt with some interesting things there. Apparently there's aggressive Free Peoples sitting over here. I don't see any of those. They're like out here somewhere. Fascinating. Okay, these armies are kind of damaged, so just because there are aggressive Free Peoples here, I'm gonna set these guys... Let's set these guys to move back into our territory on the next turn, just so we can start to heal a little bit better and avoid any aggressive Free People entanglements. So that's a peaceful Free Peoples, and those were aggressive symbols, so I'm not sure what was happening there. Okay. We now have the capability of... I think we want fortifications. because of the military camps. So let's go that way first. Then we'll start progressing in other directions. Rhetoric would not be bad because we could get our theaters in. Theaters would definitely be advantageous. And foreign outposts would, because we're going to be trading soon, would be beneficial. The aggressive free peoples have found us. Here's their 3 chariots. Those are the chariots that assassinated my other men. We can retreat one more time. And if we retreat correctly, hopefully we don't die to these chariots this time. But if they retreat poorly, then bad things will happen. So we want these guys to get all the way back here. They are not. They're going towards this peaceful free peoples. But that might be fine. If we get... Okay, we got all the way to the river. Oh, I don't know. That's going to be tough. All right, so because we have to go out this way now to get back into our land, so we'll have them do that. But man, that's gonna be tricky because they could come and attack us still. I don't know if they'll enter that land though. We'll have to find out, I guess. We're also getting attacked. Oh, Burley has decided to aggress against our envoy up here. Fascinating. So that is he's got his show to lie. Okay. Okay, those are good units. 29 attack strength. This is a very good unit. So, when we retreat from this, I don't like that Burley just did that because that's gonna make this move much more aggressive. He's not gonna like that I do this, and then there's going to be problems that start occurring. Now we have 635 influence, so let's think about what we want to spend that on. I think claims, right? I think we want to spend it on claims. So this Gothic cavalry, once it is done, I think is, well, number one, we're going to burn this down, then we'll put a claim in. So that is a claim. And then I think we swing around, we'll claim this territory as well on our way through, because I think our claim is going to sit like right in here somewhere, just so we can take advantage of some river tiles. Maybe even right in here, maybe, like at the very top of it, possibly. So we'll probably put a claim in here as we go, and then we'll have them join our armies here in their kind of conquest area, and again, I think we just got to keep putting claims in and stuff like that, right? We can't have this happen across our continent, so we gotta just get claims down. I think is the big goal here. I think we could make a treaty.
How do you do? In every sense of the question.
I can't recall. 4 turns left on that. I think I'm gonna leave it for now.
Will we end the day friends? Or
we can.
foes?
We can go with trade everything. I feel, or we can alliance. We could propose an alliance.
We would all benefit from growing closer, don't you think?
No alliance.
This
so now
does very
we don't have
little
trade
to
everything.
placate
That's
me.
fine. I was not expecting that to be a rejection necessarily. I'm going to keep these here for now, just in case we need to boost our war support at any time. We don't need to trade additionally, so I think we're good.
Your own embassy.
Embassy is in.
Where fancy dinners come with a
Fortifications
side
researched.
of diplomatic intrigue.
And madness is now spreading pretty rapidly, it seems like. Yeah, our tenant, you can see down here, we're getting closer to our next tenant. Oh, we need to press this move button. I forgot we had people running away from aggressive free peoples. Icarus and Nox, now known as pacifists and merchants. Interesting. We have multiple agreement proposals, and more grievances being forgiven. What is this? What is this one? Let's take a look.
A proposal for
Attacked by
consideration.
Oh, that was yeah. Sorry, I have a grievance generated. I thought he was get ready. Oh, he is. Wow, he is going to assassinate that envoy. Burley getting very aggressive. He wants diplomatic cooperation, but he is going to assassinate my envoy. Look, AI, that doesn't make any sense. If you want diplomatic cooperation, you want my envoy. I mean, I'll sign it.
Your proposal makes good sense.
That's
I
so
say
rude,
yes.
friend. Oh my goodness. All right, we have treaty capabilities, but again, I can't treaty very much with him because we're basically
Do
fighting.
something clever today.
Everyone wants diplo
Sign this
cooperation.
treaty.
Hopefully they have envoys. In fact, I know they have
You will
envoys, so
reflect
this is
upon
worth it for me, right? I would prefer humanitarian aid, to be
Your
honest.
proposal makes good sense.
But that's fine. I can't believe he's going to assassinate this guy. This is the guy that just retreated, and now he's going to come up with a horseman. He's got horsemen as well, so Burley's armies are pretty upgraded. I'm going to manual fight this and see, can we hide this guy somehow? He's got high ground here, so there's almost no way. Can hide in the trees over here, maybe? No, he positioned himself right across from them. There was no hide symbol, right? So, goodbye, Mr. Envoy. I'm sorry. So Burley, if we're going to war, Burley has now made himself target number 1. And in fact, I mean, he's got armies all over. He has put in this claim, so see, this claim makes sense, Burley. What's this over here? You just assassinated my envoy, so you know what? In retaliation for that, I'm gonna burn this down. It's gonna take me 8 turns. This is just 1 unit, but we're gonna burn down your little outpost, you know? This guy's gonna come up here and grab this. Come on now. All right, so we're checking to see if this is an island. It does look like it is gonna be an island, but then there's land down here. Could this continent extend out this way? I mean, I guess it could, but I kind of doubt it. I mean, I think we have potential opportunity here. Oh, can we get across? Yeah, we can get across right here. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna have this guy sit right here because that's where we put that claim, right? Did these guys poke out this way already? Let's do this. Can't see anything. That's all the poking around we're doing here. We'll just get these guys back on land. Or we gotta get them. Oh, another free people. Another peaceful free peoples has put in another claim up here. Holy smokes. Did our units get back out? They did not. They did not get back out. So we are being attacked by the peaceful free peoples, and we need to get these units up into that fight, which we certainly can. So we'll do that as we go here. Can we... Oh, the battle lines kind of suck here, because I was going to say, if I'm in my territory, but I'm not, if I was in my territory, I could heal up these guys. Or wait, am I? Oh, I am. It goes right out to here, right? So I can actually pay to heal these guys. And now we add them to the fight. So now we should have advantage, because what they have is their regular army, right? So we will now be able to... They're aggressing here, so we're going to have to back off a little bit. Where are we going to back off to? This is going to be kind of tricky, actually. Because our lines are not great here. They have high ground, but they're going to come attack. They do have... Man, there's a lot of river here. I'm kind of playing with fire on this battle. But we can... Oh, we can just stand over here. We can just sit behind our walls, right? Oh, we get to deploy everybody. Oh, perfect. Okay, if we get to deploy everybody... Let's get horses and horses. Okay, they can't go there. Let's get archers in safe spots. This archer can't go there because that's their city. And if we put our archers within range, we probably could shoot over this. Archers are probably in a good spot, actually. I think I want horses to be here, though, because this is river. I think we should probably put our better horses over there too, because they're gonna put their spearmen are gonna come down and attack off this, right? Or we abandoned. Oh, you know what? What if we did this? What if we just give them? We're still gonna be able to attack off of that. Yeah, I still think we want that, and we want to reinforce it too. And these horses come around, so I think we're fine. They're gonna take high ground. Oh. Wow, those horses took a punishment. That was punishment. Okay, so these horses need to just get out. They're gonna go hang out somewhere else. Archers are going to not do too much. I guess we should probably shoot the spearmen. It's a particularly mad for this, right? We need to get can we get a horse to this spot? Okay, so we're gonna have to do that. I kind of want to just damage. This horse we need to get around and up onto high ground if we can. Oh, there's another unit there. Uh-oh. Oops. Okay, so that's not great. I don't love that, because this guy can get double attacked now. This horse is going to be in substantial trouble if I move him here. So I almost want this guy to take this spot, and then I want this horse to come to here. And then this horse does need to run this attack, even though these spearmen are going to hit the horse pretty hard. I wonder if I should run this attack as well. We'll defend. Yikes. Oh, those spearmen are really painful on that high ground. We need to get the spearmen off the high ground. We need to pull our armies back, probably. They have to attack us, right? So if we back off a little bit and just force them into kind of shooting range for our archers, that's probably how we should have played it from the beginning. We might be able to rescue our units here. Let's see. Let's see. So we want to move everyone back. We need to defend our archers, so we can move these guys here. They can still shoot this guy. Might be able to end that unit. Okay, so we get rid of one unit. Now I think we back off. I'd love to see like horsemen just get out of the fight at this point. Uh-oh. Oh, this guy is done. I can't get him out because of zone of control. Our best bet is to move over here. He's still gonna die. So we're gonna lose the horseman no matter what. Ugh, that's unfortunate. These guys can move back to here and just defend that. They'll be attacking off river. And then this guy also just gets out. Right? Oh, this poor horse. We messed up. Oh well. Oh, they're gonna double attack too over there. They're taking these spearmen are very, very good against cavalry, and they're definitely doing work. Probably should have shot their spearmen right there. Oh, we can't actually reach them with this unit. Bummer. Okay. Well, that's all I'm doing. Man. Okay. Well, we'll get out of the fight with just losing one cavalry. I don't know what the insta resolve was, but I don't feel like I played that actually very well. I feel like we should have baited their units into worse positions. I tried to be an aggressor when they had first attack, and that's just not... That was a bad play on my part. Like, we should have let them aggress to us, because I forgot that they were attacking us and I wasn't attacking them, right? So when that happens, you really want... If you've got archers especially, let them come into bad spots and then punish them for moving onto bad tiles. I basically punished myself by moving myself onto bad tiles and let them have high ground that was advantageous for their spearmen. We should have forced their spearmen into bad fighting positions and then just used our archers more and just slow played the fight. But that's on me. I'll take the blame for that one. All right. Embassy is in. We want Pyramid of the Sun in. We already decided that we're putting it right here, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that. It's all bonus for us. We're losing some production, it looks like, on that, which is a bummer. But honestly, I'm not actually sure we lose much production on that because of the different things that are going to end up happening here. So let's slap this down and we'll get it built. I think that's the location. I discussed it enough with myself that I'm pretty convinced that that's what I want. 7 turns, so it's actually not as bad as I thought. And then we can't get this city because it's part of the fight. It can't build right now. And that is... I hate that. I hate that it's part of a fight zone, and so now I can't build there. I mean, I guess it makes sense, technically speaking, but... Okay, we get access to hydrology, which could be very potent, and in fact would be. I kind of actually want to push for foreign outposts so we get that cheap trade. So let's do that. I'm going to do that because we're not currently building infrastructure, so I don't have to have that other one yet. And a quick check of these, and then I think... Oh, we can propose humanitarian aid, which is something I very much would like to do. Oh, they changed humanitarian aid? Does it only last for 5 turns? And does it only happen if the city is starving?
This proposition should
I
be
don't.
in all
Let me
our
know in the
best
comments.
interests.
How does humanitarian aid work now? Because it used to just give you, I thought, 5% food and 5% money on
Accepted.
capital for each
Pleasure.
person. But now it looks like maybe it's for 5 turns only, and only when it triggers,
We seem
which
to
it
be
seems to
riding
indicate
away
is on
for good
famine.
cheer.
Like if the city ends up in a starvation status, could be possible.
Perfect.
I don't mind that, but it definitely
like this,
devalues
I'm
it
glad to
by
be
a
alive.
substantial amount. Maybe that's how it's always been, and I just have misinterpreted it. That is one of my pseudo complaints about Humankind, is that there are a lot of the tooltips and things are left up to some level of interpretation, and so some things are very confusing until you actually test them in game, which can be kind of frustrating. So that's just something I've noticed about the game. This is... I'm going to keep this battle open because we want to... When we end turn, we want to see what moves they do. That's another thing I think they need to do. As soon as I end turn, because they're attacking, they will make their move right away. And so if you're not paying attention to the fight, you actually have no idea what they did, which is not like it's not horrible, but I just like to see what's happening in a fight before the fight actually ensues. So they immediately will make their move. And we're now in good position to be able to deal with that, so that's fine. So we'll deal with that fight when we get there. An army lost at sea again, that's fine. An agreement proposal from Canadians. Oh, and heresy. Wow, is his religion spreading that rapidly already? My people are not even... Oh my gosh. Plosif put in... Do you see how fast that happened? Plosif put in Stonehenge. His religion just exploded. This was not this way 4 turns ago. Oh my goodness. All right, let's wrap this turn. There's that intelligence, and now that guy is doing his thing, and there's another claim out of Burley, and this one I'm gonna let him have, I think. Although we get a lot for burning stuff down. Maybe we burn that one down too. This guy, Auto Explorer. Yeah, I'm hoping he goes away from everybody else.
If I cannot
Scientific
teach you wisdom,
correspondence.
I will teach you regret.
How high do we think his science is? Where is he sitting in the... he's in 3rd. I bet our science is further than his. We'd be giving him a benefit by doing this, I think. But I'll sign it just to keep good relationships.
Your proposal makes good sense. I say
we'll sign.
yes.
I will sign your trading. Okay, let's...
Another continent discovered.
Oh.
Unthinkable.
All right.
It's time to update those old maps that say, beyond lie, monsters.
It appears that we have, in fact, found the New World, and we will hopefully be the first person to get that. This looks like a great spot. Look at the forest here with abstain. That we just claim that. Like, we get onto this continent, we make this claim, and then as soon as we have feudalism, we turn it into a city. But we gotta wait for feudalism to put that city in, I think, personally. All right, we're looking to see if we can meet Gaiden. Not been able to yet. Slightly different view on that. This guy's gonna hang out. We have a lot of influence possibly here. We poked out here already, so now we're basically just making our way. These guys did indeed get away from the aggressive free peoples, and we can now upgrade them and potentially add them to the fight. So we'll pay the money for sure to get them upgraded. And then we'll have them start in this direction, at least. At least maneuver towards joining our other armies, because we're going to need to make those armies build them out anyway. Let's open this back up. Get our archers firing away. I'm gonna let this guy just die from attacking, probably. Oh, we'll shoot this guy. And I think we just end this. They will make these guys come off. Are they not? They're not gonna move, eh? Interesting. So, what do I want to do? I guess we just shoot them repeatedly. Can I move this guy here and shoot again? I can, but it puts him at risk of being attacked by them. I think they'd be fine. I feel like they'd be okay. Oh man, they're not doing any damage off of that water. Now they will come out and make the aggressive attack, and that will free us up to be able to come around, possibly. Should be able to get them with our archers here. I don't know if I want to make this attack, though, because then we have to come and attack them. Oh, we can wipe them out, though, so. Alright, that fight did not go as smoothly as I wanted, but... we lost one of our horsemen. It was our lower level horseman, so we're not, like... Wasn't awesome, though, you know? You don't want to lose units like that. Alright, and we can get back on Pyramid of the Sun. 5 turns on Pyramid of the Sun. That brings us to the end of our episode. We progressed not very many turns, yet again. But we're dealing with very early game... man, look at all the free peoples now. I mean, honestly, well, like I said, again... Good news for us. We got lots of ransacking to do. We'll just ransack away. We have to try to maintain relations with Burley. Burley is like just putting claims in everywhere. We may even want to, at some point, purchase another unit to go start another burn here, if we want to. Actually, you know what? We have a unit right here that can do this burn. I think these guys come down and make this burn as well. We just keep burning everything, to be honest. Okay. That will do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you like the content, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that you have subscribed to the channel and that you have notifications turned on so you know when we release these videos each week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.